Everybody ready for the kissing cat? Kiss Chris. Blah. Blah.
What up, Slab?
Slab! Oh, shoot, sorry.
You scared?
Sorry, I scared the kitty. It's kitty out of here.
Bye, kitty.
Alright, everybody. Welcome back to the Pantsless Chris and Cat Show. Take number 2. That's right. You missed.
I can't believe you added that we're not wearing any pants.
Shut the fuck up. You added that all over the first one. I don't even want to hear it. We're here to talk to you about the highlights, the lowlights of the past 10 years.
No, we're not. We're here to talk about Borderlands 2.
Oh,
Let's
that
get
first.
right to it.
Let's do it.
Alright, so I've played now every character to some extent. I've only finished the game with Macromancer on my own and finished with... What did I say?
Macromancer.
Macro.
He's getting his Mac on.
It is Macromancer.
Is it Mac? I thought it was Macromancer.
Isn't it Macromancer?
We'll look at it later. Anyways, continue. Sorry, I'll shut up. You keep going.
You always interrupting me, man. Let me get my words out. They don't care whether it's macro or Macromancer. They only care what I think.
Okay.
All right.
I care that you're pretty.
I'm sorry. Thought it was about titties. Anyway,
that too.
so
should have wore a lower cut shirt. Damn it.
That was Halloween. So, and I'm still celebrating, which is why I'm in my sailor's outfit.
Hold on,
Don't you judge me, America.
Wait, can we put a cool picture of your Halloween outfit here?
Do you want us in front of the sheriff's car, or do you want just me looking drunk sitting with you in the bar?
I want your hotness here, and then maybe the prison outfit over here, the prison stuff here. How about that?
All right, we'll see what we can do. We can't put our companions because they don't want to be known.
Okay, well, just me and you then. Okay.
We were in West Hollywood having a good time. Thank you, B&T, for our good old time. Anyway, it sounds like booty and titties.
Booty and titties. Thanks, B&T. Really. Had a great time.
But anyway, I finished with Maya, the siren Moira.
What a loser.
Finished with Maya as a player number 2 in the cooperative play. Haven't gone into any of the online play. Player 2, man. I can't believe the programmer. Okay, the programmers are awesome.
They did a great
Borderlands
job.
2 fucking rocks.
Yeah, it's really great. We both like it. We raved about Borderlands 1. We just found that
loved it.
The playability, and one of the things that I really like about it is an RPG. It's a first-person shooter, and it kind of blends both of those aspects of the gaming really well. But on top of that, you have these missions that seem to keep going on and on, which
lots of missions. Stop clicking the pen.
Oh, sorry, it's killing you. My bad. I'm fidgety. Anyways, they're just missions that keep going on, and it's just a great time, and there's always a mission to go on.
Yes, and they were also considerate. You can either split screen it side by side or split screen it top and bottom, depending upon your preference.
Absolutely.
We're side by siders.
We are. We like it side by side.
But I think Macromancer, whatever you would like me to call her, and what did I name her? I'm the money. She is awesome, and a Death Trap is a rock star, and I love that one.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty
But
cool.
we were talking about being player number 2. See, you get me off track. I forget what I'm saying.
Okay, player number 2.
So being player number 2 sucks though as cooperative because you lose your skin every time the game reloads. You lose your skins. You lose all your goddamn badass points. And you lose whatever you put in Claptrap stash. The only big perk is...
Oh, you get, because we pre-ordered the game, we get this chest to the sanctuary area where you get a key and you get these cool guns every time you go back in there, right?
And there's a gentleman who passes you guns in Sanctuary.
Absolutely, but the cool thing is your first time playing, you get this chest. However, because player 2 resets every time, you get this chest every fucking time she plays the game. Now I think of it.
And he tries to steal them though. Be real.
I do. No. I only stole like
I
the
wait
first.
until you're in Moxie's place gambling, and then I go and I get my damn chest.
I look at I'm looking at somebody's chest. I only stole it the first 4 times, but to be honest with you, I think it's a nice way to balance the game. You don't get badass points, but you get some cool shit.
You need your goddamn badass points once you get to the higher levels because your shit is retarded if you're not fucking up there. And you're like, I'm dying. I'm like, Chris, you gotta save me. And then, of course, as Maya, it's really cool because you can just kind of and save your dead ass because you like playing as Mr. Zero, who is fucking weak as shit unless he's meleeing somebody.
Don't fuck with Mr. Zero.
But then he gets all sorts of fucked up and I have to revive him all the time.
Reference.
Did you say Haley and Sally?
Yeah, I did. Haley and Sally!
This is take 2 of the Chris and Cat show, so that means the drink is take 2 as well.
Absolutely.
Well, but anyway, so it's still a kick-ass game, but they really need to fix that thing with the player 2 business. Yeah. They need to, so you don't lose your claptrap stash kit. And that's not actually easy to say. Say it, Chris.
Claptrap stash.
See? Can't say it.
Yeah, I did. Just kidding. No, I didn't.
The only big glitches were what? I got caught under the game actually quite a couple times in Borderlands, the original, which I also really like. I haven't gotten caught under the game.
You mean like
one time?
You mean caught in a graphical polygon?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the only big glitches were the Bloodwing glitch, when at one point Bloodwing wouldn't die.
Invincible Bloodwing, which by the way, it was already badass enough as like, you know, slagged Bloodwing.
Yeah. So we'll throw in kick-ass Bloodwing who refuses to die because it's really sad. Spoiler alert. Bloodwing dies. It's really very sad.
Yeah,
but when we knock him down out of the sky, when you're playing as Necromancer and your death trap's on, Bloodwing's down on the ground. Death trap keeps trying to kill him.
See, so basically,
kill her.
Basically, your death trap killed Bloodwing.
Well, no, fucking Mr. Jackface did.
Handsome Jackoff?
Yeah.
Handsome ass Jack.
My character's now wearing his face. If you finish the game, you get to wear his face.
By the way, it's pretty fucking gross.
And by the way, also at the end of the game, which I think is awesome, if you have Death Trap up, there are all those goddamn racks flying around, and Death Trap will just keep on living, killing racks, and stuff just keeps falling from the sky, and you just collect junk all day until you decide to go to bed. Oh, and then you can also do Markus on the catwalk. You can make Markus sassy ass down the catwalk.
She discovered this actually. It was actually pretty cool. You want to talk about it?
Well, you can only do it when you have to go out and do the target practice.
Yes.
And so Markus,
in the beginning of the game.
In the beginning of the game. So you get ready, and because Markus comes out, he makes you try out all the different elemental weapons. Mm-hmm. The very last one is the Iridian, and then you have to switch to another elemental to see how kick-ass that is. You get your reward, and then you hightail it back and block the door to Markus's office. Yeah. He can't get in, so he gets all sassy about it.
Yeah, he starts doing a shimmy. He starts doing a shimmy,
and then he does a little dance.
He does a little dance. You know, he gets on he does work it out. He has kind of a fat ass, but it works out for him, I think.
He's got a nice little sassy walk.
I don't know about sassy, but we got it from Moxie since they dated, went out. I don't know.
Oh my god, and Moxie has had the 2 most weird ass kids in this game. By the way, we want to give a shout out to Markus Lloyd. Markus Lloyd. Should we give him a medal? Should we do a medal now? Let's do a medal now.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So we have these really expensive medals that we got, awards
that
for
are
people who kick ass.
Red, white, and blue. American gold.
Winner.
Made in China.
Big ass star on the back, made in China. So
winning.
These are for Americans.
Winning. I like this.
We give one to Markus Lloyd, who I believe is the actual credit due for the voiceover of Roland in Borderlands 2, because voiceover acting actually is not an easy gig. I know people are always like, oh, you do voiceovers? I always think about doing voiceovers, and I really, because it's not that easy to actually do voiceovers. You need to be able to act, you need to be able to take direction. So for all those people out there who think you have a nice sexy voice and that someone's going to want to put you in a commercial or a game or something, record yourself reading a script, some commercial copy, and then have someone direct you to do it differently. Record all this shit now on no, you don't have to record on camera, it's a voiceover. But do the audio and then listen to it back and see how much you suck.
Are you saying I don't really have a future now? Is that what you're saying?
No, you're a very good improv actor, but you're not very directable.
You know, I'm awful. In fact, I'm sure I'm going to, as I listen to this, I'm sure I'm blocking my ears right fucking now, listening to my voice. It's just awful.
Well,
absolutely awful.
And it's different mimicking. So don't pick commercial script that you actually know. Like, don't do the Progressive Ladies commercial that you know really well and you're just being who she is and bitch, that bitch making so much goddamn money. I hate you. Actually, I love you. But,
she's fucking lying. She hates you.
No, because I'm like one degree of Kevin Bacon from her, and I heard she's an awesome rock star, fun fun, hilarious person. So,
fun, hilarious
I'm glad a fun, hilarious person is actually making a lot of money. If you're actually a nice, sweet person, then I am super happy. But don't pick copy that you know. Pick something that you don't know, and then have your friend kick your ass about it. But anyway, this goes to Markus Lloyd.
Voice of Roland, which apparently there's 2 voices of Roland, right?
Well, when I went up, because I couldn't remember the name of the person as the credits run at the end of the game. We also watch all those credits when the end of the game comes.
She makes me watch them, though. I don't want to watch them.
I actually like watching them. So for
I don't like watching
y'all
them.
out there who say, thank you guys for watching all these credits, we see you. But Markus Lloyd is on IMDb and the game itself as the voice of Roland in Borderlands 2 and Rockstar, right? He did such a great acting job. However, on IMDb, it's very curious. The very top credit, as far as the cast list goes, is Lynn Andrews III for the voice of Roland.
Very regal sounding, if you ask me.
Doesn't look regal. Doesn't look regal. Looks like a fun time, Lynn Andrews.
Lynn Andrews III, call for a good time. 1-800-pound Andrews.
But I'm wondering how he got up there as Roland, as a voice credit in Borderlands 2 for the voice, because it's not him. I looked at both of them. Markus Lloyd has an extensive voiceover, like video game cartoon credits. You know, his history is really thick. Plus, obviously, he's on the game itself as the one who did the voice. Lynn Andrews, where is he?
Look, there's only 2 explanations.
Only 2.
Only 2 explanations.
Okay, the first.
Only one. The first explanation is that the original Roland had an accident. They pulled a Spartacus. Something happened. The second one.
That was really sad. What happened with Spartacus?
I know, it's awful, and we won't go into it. Maybe we'll give him a medal. Anyways, we won't go into it. Anyways, the second explanation. This other guy. What was his name?
Lynn Andrews III.
Lilla Andrews.
Lilyhammer.
Andrews III. Cheesed his way into IMDb and is taking credit for a credit that is not his own. Back to you, John.
All right, let's see if you can do that as a Southerner.
We'll do it later. I will.
That's what I mean about direction and voiceover. Okay, so what else we want to say about the game? We got it all?
A lot, yeah. I mean, I just really enjoyed it.
I don't like Gunzerker. I don't enjoy Gunzerker. Did you play as Gunzerker?
I mean, just for a nidbit, I think he's cool. I think he can be fun, but you really have to get good guns to enjoy him.
Yeah, I couldn't enjoy Gunzerker. I really gave that one a try because I really didn't enjoy playing as Gunzerker.
What I like is that they have a small Latino guy named Salvador, and he's they made an explicit try to have a person, an ethnic person there, right? Because who else is specifically ethnic? No one really, other than Roland. I mean,
Brick is, who knows who Brick is.
Dude, Brick is an angry white guy. Come on.
Is he white?
Yes, he's an angry white guy.
I don't know if he is, but I
is Brick a Latino guy? Have you ever? Come on.
Who knows what Brick is? He's freaking bald. He could be anybody. But I do want to give a big shout out. Thank you, Borderlands 2. And what company does that mean? I probably can't.
AE?
I can't. EA?
EA Sports? Or
no, EA Games?
EA Games, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love EA Games.
Yeah, me too.
I've done some work for y'all's. Not on Borderlands. But, so in the future. Hey! Okay, but what I do appreciate is that the characters in Sanctuary, there are women. There are...
This time around, in Borderlands 2, there are actually women, so you can see how the procreation of the species, how that would take place, versus Borderlands 1.
There's homosexuality that's unapologetic, it just exists. And it's not also there for comedy, which is nice. It's just being gay for being gay, which is actually, it's nice. Yeah. And so I appreciate that, because I'm an activist at heart.
You heard it here first, folks. Gay people in Borderlands 2. Boycott Pandora. No, don't do that.
At least it's not Promethea.
I know, right? That was really good. So, that was hilarious, by the way.
By the way, we're hoping to have something here on this area behind us.
This green screen?
This area behind us, because I'm practicing. I like to use the Chris and Kat show to practice new technology. And they're not new technologies, but they're new to me as far as actually making them work. So this is either a wrinkly green curtain, because I figure I probably should have gotten the wrinkles out, but I'm lazy in that regard. And or it's a picture of
Costa Rica,
our view from Costa Rica this summer, which was phenomenal.
It was a great view, or you could actually just post in the Monteverde pics, and it will just be green as well.
We could just we'll just cycle in with Costa Rica pictures.
Cycle in, I love to cycle in.
Speaking of technology, I'm taking this online MIT computer programming class. It's supposed to be 12 hours a week dedicated to the class. I need a lot more than 12 hours, and I don't have 12 hours, so I'm really not being a very good student. So what I'm doing is actually, I'm just, at this point, pacing myself to actually learn the material. I don't really need a certificate, meaning that I've passed the class. I don't really need a certificate from MIT.
But let's be real. What do you expect from MIT? I mean, come on. It is MIT. No
one calls it MIT. It's like people who call San Francisco Frisco.
Of course not. That was part of the joke.
My father went to MIT, and so having taken this class makes me realize maybe this is what my dad went through to make him the professor that everyone was really frustrated with, where it's like one answer might be right, two answers might be right, all of them might be right, none of them might be right, I don't know, and you get it all right, or you get it, no credit at all, which is sort of where we're going in this class. It's sort of like a 25-point question. Even if you have a lot of the programming right, you don't get partial credit.
But I think it's appropriate, right?
You don't do that.
Yes, I do.
In your class, unless students get the whole thing right, you don't give partial points out for questions?
I absolutely, unless, like...
I've seen you on tests. You mark them, like a particular question was worth 5 points, you put 4 or 5.
It depends if it's free response or not. Free response questions are different than, maybe like a multiple choice version.
But that's what I'm saying. Free response questions on this MIT 25-point free response, they don't get partial credit. And there's nobody and I get it. It's all a win-win. Thank you so much, MIT, Harvard, and Berkeley for giving these free courses, because they're free. They don't cost anything. Everyone should be going online and just taking a free course. It's a win-win-win-win-win because you learn. You're not put out in any way except for how much you put yourself out. I've been putting myself out a little bit too much, which is why I'm sort of messed up right now.
Stop putting yourself out like that.
But it's a win-win. So thank you. However, I wish that someone would come in, the class handlers, whatever they're called, actually look at the work that's been posted that was wrong, and either post 3, like these are the 3 programs that would work and that are good programming, or this is what's wrong with the program you wrote.
It's a resource
There's nothing.
thing,
so I'm building on shaky foundations, which is why I'm shaky, because I'm like, hey, somebody tell me what I did here, and nobody can.
But it's a resource thing, man. I mean,
no, I get it. It's a free class.
I mean, it takes a shitload of time to look at somebody's code and to like decipher what they did wrong.
But I'm just saying, this is why I'm not learning perhaps as I might.
It'll take you a while to cycle through the programming. And speaking of cycling, let's talk about your buddy Lance.
Oh, my boy Lance Armstrong.
And by
finally busted.
By boy, we mean motherfucker.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Lance Armstrong.
Here's the thing.
Tell us the thing.
I always believed, it's my opinion, that he was dirty. I just knew he was dirty this whole time. And it really actually pissed me off that he was people's heroes, because I'm like, that dirty motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the reason I always thought he was dirty was because I did track and field for a while.
She did.
What you see as far as people using and what happens to them physically, like they might get Graves' disease or cancer or whatever, and this is bodybuilding too, right? People start, because performance-enhancing substances for a long time have been said to accelerate diseases that you might get and when you get old, but you get them younger because they accelerate.
Right. And this
process.
and this was explained to me by my colleague over here. And it was actually, you like that, I didn't use your name.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
You should be. Anyways, it was explained by my colleague over here, and it was actually kind of shocking to me, an average person. I never really thought about it, I suppose. And, I like to think that I am, relatively athletic, not the best of the best in any kind of, form or shape, but, you can imagine people, working on and doing these things, and, maybe you figure if someone trains hard enough, or they do the work, or they do this, but apparently that's not the case.
I don't believe, except for maybe in the sport of equestrian, that there's anybody at the top ranks in the world who's not dirty. I just don't believe that at this point, given my experience and watching people. And especially with Lance Armstrong, he had testicular cancer and brain cancer, and was, how many did he win Tour de France? He won like 7 or something.
That was after he got his diagnosis.
Yeah. I know, but I'm just saying, it's like
he was probably able to juice up more after that, actually.
But it reeks of that kind of illness at that age, at that sort of level of sport. For me, reeks of performance-enhancing substance. So I'm not surprised that he is finally being outed. But I am disappointed in the public for having held him up And a lot of people, because I've known a lot of people held up that way, civil rights leaders and whatnots, who are kind of, who are held up and, you know, oh my God, Lance Armstrong, what an amazing, and you hear this about athletes, you know, like when I was doing track and field, athletes I knew were dirty, would have in the Olympic, you know, these lovely bios that they do now, these touchy-feely bios.
By Bud Greenspan.
And you might say somebody overcame this horrible illness and was able to achieve
with the juice.
And you're like, they got sick because they're dirty and they achieved because they're dirty. How is this something? But nobody knows, and everyone, you know, the public rallies behind it because ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
But that's my...
But that's your rant.
That's my feeling.
No, that was a rant.
Was it a rant?
Oh, that was a fucking rant.
I didn't feel hostile.
No. I'm telling you right here, folks. Anyways, what's next on our agenda? What else we got?
Well, we have a lot of stuff. You've drawn a lovely picture of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man! This guy clearly is also on the juice. Okay.
Juiced up Spider-Man. That's our...
Juiced up Spider-Man.
That's our connection.
Absolutely.
Oh, I forgot to do our green connection. How silly of me. We'll make it quick. So this is what Kaiser Permanente sent me.
Fucking Kaiser. Oh, by the way, what's up with Kaiser, man? Fucking thrive. Seriously, this is your logo.
It's a great voiceover gig. I would love to have that Kaiser voiceover.
I know, but it's like
the commercial gig.
It's like really your advice, Kaiser, is don't get sick because don't come to us. It's basically it.
Let me be real. Kaiser does offer quite a few preventative classes if you become a Kaiser member.
Yes,
there are a lot of classes to take for preventative.
Because you don't be sick.
Yeah, people say they don't get sick at Kaiser.
Don't get sick at Kaiser.
But they actually are trying to make sure you don't get sick at Kaiser. So big thumbs up. I mean, seriously, big props to them for at least trying to help people help themselves. Because not enough people are doing that, right? They're sort of like, here, take a drug, take whatever.
Except for this white guy with his laptop, apparently.
Well, I'm not showing the guy in the back because I don't have his consent. But I am showing this because this is the news part, fair use. And that I asked to go, sorry, being a lawyer, you always say stuff that sounds just idiotic.
You idiot.
But I signed up to go paperless, of course, because I care a lot about this earth that we're killing. And they sent me this thank you for going paperless postcard.
Okay, now toss it.
It says you're helping our environment stay a little greener. Well, I thought I was until you sent me this postcard.
that was pretty good.
Okay.
that was really good. So a lot of stuff has happened in the last few years, and we'll just do a quick snippet of that.
Oh, sure. Did you need a hat?
No, I don't need a hat for this one. Anyways, no one will ever understand that except for us.
That's all right. Inside jokes are all the rage here on the Chris and Cat Show.
Yeah, it is the rage. So some major things. We'll start in the most recent past. That'd be sooner to the future.
That'd be like a few minutes ago.
Absolutely. So let's start the furthest past in the most significant way. We bought a house.
We have
a fucking house. Super awesome. It was an absolutely horrifying experience, right?
It was. Because we put at least 2 offers on homes. Every week for 9 months.
Every week, 9 months. I still have a fucking stack of papers this big.
Because we're recycling
denied offers.
Because that's what we do here.
Absolutely. It was fucking awful, man. People bidding $100,000 over asking price for a property.
On a shit property.
On a shit-ass property when the market was down. And, this means that they have that amount of cash to pay over the asking amount, including the down payment,
Stop banging, just really making it hard on audio.
Oh, sorry. Including the down payment, man. Including the down payment. Okay.
Well, you don't need a down payment if you're paying all cash.
This is true, but I'm not saying the people who are paying all cash. I'm just saying the people who bid over the asking amount. Anyways, so thank God we finally got a place. Thank you, Republican Bob, for having a connection. It's a pain in the fucking ass, but I hate it. I hate it to death, but damn it.
Okay, so he calls him Republican Bob because we had let's say for 8.5 months, we had a liberal real estate agent who got us dick. And including showed us 2 properties that were near refineries and tried to pretend that he didn't know the refineries were there, or just tried to be like,
What refinery?
So we were with Bob.
You mean the smokestacks here? Where are the smokestacks? What are you talking about? Hey,
like, what's that smell?
What's that? Hey. Is my skin peeling off? What do you think?
Yeah, I left some skin at that one house, and you spat on my glasses. Hope the audience can't see it.
It's okay.
I can't see them.
It adds to your charm.
Great. But anyway, so we don't know that Bob's Republican. Chris says yes, he is, because he decided he's conservative and whatnot. But it doesn't matter. We were with him for 2 weeks. Got this house.
We were in like Flynn, dude.
Totally doesn't need any, because all the other places we're looking at, I mean, shit houses, they needed a lot of work. This one needed no work other than maybe aesthetic. Like, it doesn't have hardwood floors. Whatever. And that got 2 weeks because of the connections. And Chris is really mad about connections.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's frustrating, I think, as an adult because you are brought up in the theoretical meritocracy of our society, but it's not such.
It's not
not remotely. And so everything is connection. So everything, as long as you are not a fucking moron and you have a good connection, you're in like Flynn, baby. Anyways, we got a house, thrilled about it, went on some great vacations, got married, went to Greece, Costa Rica. Where else have we been?
Paris, but I think we had gone before we did another episode.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
Thailand. We've been in a lot of places. It's been a good time. East Coast, total all East Coast.
Yeah, that was kind of a pain in the ass vacation too, though, because I didn't really get a lot of rest. But I still had a great time.
I was gonna say I enjoyed myself. Big shout out to my cousin Shelly who let us have her whole freaking house when we were in New Jersey. Oh my God! And Chris fell in love with your bed.
Best 7 hours almost of my life. I think so.
Because you're only there for a night.
This bed was like, oh my God.
He wants your bed and all
I'm on vacation. I still have fantasies about that bed.
He does.
I was like,
that's not a joke.
You see my eyes right now? Look, America. Look at my eyes, America.
You met my cousin Shelly one time. He's in love with her bed. He's like, when can we visit cousin Shelly again?
And her AC.
Yes, because
motherfucker had the AC on like 50 degrees, and I was like, that's okay with me.
This motherfucker likes it freaking cold. In fact, I thought I was going to freeze to death when we were in Costa Rica. Costa Rica! America!
We found a millipede in our closet, and it had frozen. It was,
and I'm big on taking out bugs or whatever it is and putting them outside, right? I'm big on and so I took it outside, and I thought, oh God, and then it thawed out and walked away.
It reanimated and slithered away, and I was like, that's awesome.
So we had no mosquito problems, but I was freezing to death.
Anyways, we're out of time, honey. Let's get the show in the bag. Worry about the details later. As I scratch my ass on the camera.
You are. I love it. That's awesome. I was testing recording when you decided to get in there and then really get in there.
That's awesome.